Welcome to the Fit 15 podcast show, where you'll find health and fitness inspiration, motivation, and information shared in 15-minute episodes. Tune in while getting a move on to make leading and enjoying the benefits of a healthy lifestyle almost too easy. It's the Fit 15. And now your host, Catherine Basu.
Welcome to the Fit 15 podcast show. I'm your host, Catherine Basu. And if you are a mom or know a mom who's looking to free themselves from the 9-to-5 grind, you're going to love my guest today because that's exactly what she does. She helps moms free themselves from the 9-to-5 grind through her Free Mama movement, which shows working moms that they don't have to choose between family and financial stability. Hundreds of families today are happier and more fulfilled thanks to Lauren and her online programs. Lauren has so much going on. She has a thriving community of over 3,000 women that you are free to join after listening to the podcast. Definitely go check that out. She's also just really passionate about showing other moms how to start and run a successful freelancing business from home, and she does this through her community. She has an upcoming book where she shares her story, along with plenty of practical advice for anyone looking to leave the 9-to-5 behind and make a real living from home. And in addition to this, Lauren also works one-on-one with motivated mamas who want to get their businesses up and running fast. Lauren, welcome to the Fit 15. I'm so excited to have you as my guest today.
Thank you. I'm so excited to chat with you.
So, shared a little bit in your bio about the Free Mama movement and your community, but wonder if you could share a little bit about your health journey and kind of how you incorporate fitness into running your business and keeping the moms inspired.
Yeah. So obviously it starts with yourself, right? I have always been really active, and that goes without saying once you find out that I have 3 kids under 6. So I am constantly chasing little humans, and I love it. And I'm really busy. I was one of those people who, after my first daughter was born, I went home in my regular clothes. I was that girl. It was really annoying. And then I realized I had the harsh reality after babies number 2 and 3 that was a glitch and not my reality. And so after each kid, it got a little bit harder and took a little bit longer to lose the weight. And, like I said, I've always been active, but I think because I'm so busy as an entrepreneur and as, a young mom with 3 kids and, moving around all the time, I think for a long time I used that as a crutch. Like, well, I'm always moving and, I'm thin, so I'm good. And
Right.
It was actually, I grew up an athlete. I played sports. I was a very competitive dancer. So I've always been active. I like, I don't sit on the couch and eat Cheetos. But I guess I didn't really take it seriously, or I didn't have a strong commitment to fitness again until really recently. And my youngest turned 1 this year. And by the time her first birthday came about, I still had not lost all that weight. And I certainly wasn't beating myself up over it. As a mom of 3, I'm like, warrior, right? Like I've birthed 3 humans, like it doesn't matter. But I wanted my clothes to fit. I didn't want to have to go buy all these clothes. I wanted to feel good about myself. And so it was actually this year, so we're done having babies, and it was this year that my husband actually, I don't know if it was a nudge to take my fitness more seriously, but for my birthday, we decided to invest in a gym membership. And it has been really amazing for a lot of different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if I had to say the biggest impact that, investing in my fitness has had in my life is that it has made me a lot less stressed as a mom and as a business owner. Mm-hmm. And so that's been really amazing. And that has been something that I have obviously carried over into, how I run my business, me personally, but that's also been something that I've been able to share with my clients and with the moms that are in my community.
Mm-hmm. No, I love that. No, that's super awesome. So I guess, what made it different having the gym membership, and what are some kind of insights that you learned through that journey?
Yeah, I learned, and it's funny because I learned this lesson in business about a year ago when I invested in a business coach for the first time, and it changed absolutely everything about my business. It's honestly not even the same business. So I was freelancing from home. I had been doing it for a few years. I was very successful, and it was actually what allowed me to kind of leave the 9 to 5 behind and be able to be home with my kids, which is kind of what the Free Mama movement is all about. And with the help of this business coach, I was able to create this online program, honestly, an entire community. There's, right now there's about 3,500 people in our community online. And hundreds of moms have been through my program, and that I get to work with and help them build freelancing businesses from home. So that is what my business coach has helped me build. And it's something that I wanted to do for years. And it wasn't until I invested in a coach that I did it. And so my path with fitness has kind of been the same, in that it wasn't until my husband and I made an investment, right? We got that gym membership. We had some skin in the game that I actually started going. And it's so funny, in my business world, we say those who pay attention. And it's really just kind of true across the board, I think. I love being outside. I live in Katy, Texas. It's outside of Houston. So right now it's painfully hot. But in general, we get a lot of sun. We have obviously like no winter. And so I love being outside and being active with my family. But it kind of wasn't cutting it. I was being active, but I wasn't, doing things I wasn't stretching anymore. I was a dancer growing up.
Okay.
And I've lost all of my flexibility. I wasn't doing anything, really for my muscles except picking up my baby. I always say I have what I call mom arms, right? You have to carry your baby around. And so I think the biggest thing that has changed is that, I've started taking it a lot more seriously. And, I'm pretty frugal. So if I'm going to be paying for an expensive gym membership every month, you bet your butt I'm going to get, my tail over to the gym every single day, or as much as I can. And I was sharing with you earlier, one of the best parts of the gym membership for me also has been that it does spill over into both my personal and professional life. They have childcare.
Hey friends, it's Catherine, and if you are joining us and using this episode to help you do an out and back 15-minute walk, that was your halfway point reminder. You want to turn around now. All right, back to Lauren.
At my gym, which has been a blessing as a parent.
Sure, yeah.
Also, as a business owner, right? They have Wi-Fi there, so I actually can take my phone and do stuff on Voxer or social media. I can take my computer and check in and get some stuff done, knowing that my kids are in a safe, happy environment as well. So it honestly has been way more than just getting stronger muscles and taking care of my body. It's really been about mind, body, and spirit. Seriously.
Right. Way to go, hubby, on that one, I guess, right?
I know. Who knew? He got me with the childcare. He knew it. He knew that 2 hours of childcare every day would seal the deal.
It's funny because I often, I do a lot of networking to grow my own business, and I'll meet men and they'll say, "Oh, my wife would really like that." And part of me cringes because I'm like, I'm not sure, like, what they mean by that, like, and how they're going to present this to their wife, and I feel a little bad, but I'm glad that it went over well with you.
It didn't at first. I will say, I'm like, you are the one, because, I always think of, and I don't know, I'm sure that you encounter this a lot too. When I think of exercising, I'll be honest, I think of cardio. Like if I think I need to go exercise, I think I need to go do cardio. And I probably enjoy it more. With the access to the gym membership, I've been doing classes, which kind of, it's funny. It's been almost nostalgic because, like I said, I grew up a dancer. And so they've got like Zumba and like funk and all these things that I'm usually the youngest person in the room, but it's so fun just to go, like, it really does. It makes me feel like a teenager again. And it's good for my heart and it's good for my lungs. And to know that it's good for my body is really exciting. But I've also, I think, just being in that environment with other people who clearly are investing in their health and fitness as well, I have really taken the time to learn about all the machines, as I call them, like how to use the weights, how to use the different things to make sure that I am getting kind of a well-rounded experience while I'm there. And it's all new for me. And so having the help of the personal trainers that are there at my gym, I can tell you, I never would have gone to that side of the gym if I didn't have somebody showing me what to do. There's no way.
Right? No, for sure.
You're laughing at me.
I've definitely been there. Well, because I got into fitness through running. I mean, I grew up, I hated gym class, but I found like running in middle school, and then I loved that. And it took me, I mean, I was in college, and my freshman roommate, like wanted me to go take the fitness classes that we had at our college, which they actually weren't in the gym at the time. They have since built a nice facility, but just because I was thinking of it being at the gym, I just didn't want to go. I had this block, but
yeah.
so it took like really like going, experiencing it, and then seeing the benefits for myself that I actually stuck with it, and then somehow became a fitness professional. And even though I grew up hating gym class, which is kind of ironic, but yeah, I've definitely been there, and I will say, like, I'm glad what you had shared before we started chatting, or before we started officially recording, I guess, is that your trainer had mentioned how you really needed to work on your strength and incorporate strength training, because a lot of women, I guess technically it's more important for us as we get a little older than you and I are, but it's important to build that habit for sure, because it can really lead to some health issues that we want to prevent, that in addition to just helping us like stay the weight that we're at, and possibly undo some dieting, which is something that I find a lot of clients don't get until they actually start strength training. So that's important.
Yeah, but I think what I've really learned is that there's, a right way and a wrong way, kind of like in everything else in life, right? That you can always, you don't want to hurt yourself. And for me, I found all of the strength training to be really intimidating because I didn't understand it.
Right.
And so I think, not only having the knowledge of why it's important, but the knowledge of how to actually do it, I go in a lot more confident and I actually told this to the personal trainer the first time I met with him. I said, you know what? I am in charge of my household. I've got 3 kids. I've got this home to manage. I'm in charge of my business. I now have team so that I'm also managing, plus all of my clients in this large community. And I love it, but I want to come to the gym and I want to not think. I don't want to come here and make a bunch of choices. I make choices. I am the decision maker for every other aspect of my life. So the reason I like to go to the gym and my go-to was just like the treadmill or whatever, or the stairs or a class, was because I kind of got to go on autopilot. And that for me is where so much of that stress relief came from. And until I really took the time to educate myself on some of the opportunities in health and fitness, and for that matter, it really goes into diet and everything else. If you can invest a little bit of time and money and energy in getting the information that you need, or having someone help you with it, then it can become autopilot. But I was so intimidated on things I didn't know, and then it was once I understood it that now I can go in and like have a strength training day, and I'm on autopilot because I have enough machines over there that I'm comfortable with, or enough things that I can do out on the floor that I understand, and I don't have to get stressed out. Because I think for me, and hindsight's 2020, right? I probably didn't know that's what was happening, but I think I was having this big mental roadblock where I was like, I'm tired of making decisions. You know what I mean? That's what I do all the time. And so I need it to feel not physically easy, but I need it to feel mentally easy.
Right. And that's something I found just in the research and talking to people, just that decision overload can really be what keeps people from even getting started with fitness, or any like habit that they want to have, or things they want to accomplish. So
it's so true.
Awesome. So you have this awesome community. So you're talking about just the value of the community of the individuals in your fitness classes and keeping you motivated. You have a great community for your moms. You want to share with us a little bit about that, just so people can check out what you're up to, and maybe have more time by working for themselves.
Yeah, definitely. So we have it's a closed group, but I will let anybody in. It is called the Free Mama Movement, and it's hosted on Facebook. And I think, like you're saying, Catherine, I think it's important in all areas of our lives. In motherhood, we always say it takes a village, right? It takes a village to raise your kids. You need help. You shouldn't try to go through it by yourself. And entrepreneurship can feel so lonely. Like, you should not go through it by yourself. Like, even if you're a solopreneur and you're not ready for team, invest in a mentor, coach, have a community of like-minded individuals to support you. And so for, these moms who are essentially trying to do both, they're building their freelancing business from home, and they are, parenting, obviously, this is a fantastic place for you to have a positive environment. I always say we're a positive group. We're action takers. So the only thing that'll get you kicked out is if you start complaining. It's a place where, you can't be a victim of your own circumstances. You've got to be willing to, work really hard, because we are all here to catch you, when those, pitfalls happen. But it's really beautiful. And honestly, in my business, this group of women is my proudest accomplishment. It is so supportive, and everybody is so amazing to each other, and I get feedback on it all the time, and I honestly can't even take credit for it anymore. The early days of building, I slaved away, but now it's not about me, it's about everybody and the journey. And I know that fitness is very similar, as well as motherhood and entrepreneurship. Don't try to go do it by yourself when you have so many resources and people out there who can help you succeed, whatever your goals are.
Yeah, no, I love that. Well, very cool. I'm excited to have the moms check out what you're doing, because I do work with a lot of moms. A lot of it's been the progression of working with women who were, brides to be, and then now they're having their kids, and just the age that I am, and my friends that start working with us. But definitely have a lot of moms listening, and would love to have them check out what you have going on, especially if they're considering, breaking away from the 9-to-5. So what's the best way that they can go and connect with you?
Yeah, so definitely join our Facebook group. And then if you want to learn more about what I do, you can check it out online at thefreemamamovement.com. Awesome. So that'll tell you everything you need to know. And now that I know that so many moms are working with you, Catherine, I have huge regrets telling them that I went home after my first birth in my regular clothes.
I know, they're going to be like, what, this girl?
I was only the one time, though. The other two were painfully different. I can assure you of that. I got lucky. I was only 25, so I think age probably was on the side.
Yeah. No, I mean, that is definitely impressive. And I know if that was what happened for all of your kids, I'm sure no. Enemies on the podcast now.
Yeah, I know. I'd get kicked off for sure. No, not that lucky.
Oh, no, that's awesome. Well, and maybe we'll have to do something together I'll have to do something for your moms. I'll have to think about that in the future.
Yes, that would be amazing. I'm sure, I will say, I think health and wellness in general, I mean, it's important for everybody, but I think especially moms is a great community where it does, motherhood doesn't just change like your heart and your activities. It does change your body. And so there's a lot of information I probably wish I would have had, after my first child was born, or even after my second child was born. And it's interesting that I'm kind of just coming into a lot of it, or coming back into it, almost a decade after the previous time I was super into being, really fit and healthy. So it's good, it's never too late, but I think there's, a lot of mamas who would benefit from what you do.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm glad. Hopefully we can help, help our communities together and help them, accomplish their goals. And I've really enjoyed having you as a guest, and yeah, it's been fun.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to the Fit 15. For show notes and more, visit fitarmadillo.com/podcast. See you next time.